city once dominated by a sea of red has now turned light blue. Manchester United has lost its dominance within its own city to Manchester City, and right now it is not looking good for this team either. We are looking at a squad that is currently in a 6th position, a giant in the history of English football, sat outside of Champions League football and will probably not secure that at all. A team that currently has to be satisfied with kicking their rivals Liverpool out of the FA Cup and possibly ruining their title chances. That could be the only thing that Manchester United fans can really be proud of this season. And I just wonder, is Manchester United just going into the wrong direction? Obviously, new people have taken over the club or have gotten involved into the club in a massive way. Ineos, the company, and alongside a new ownership is basically trying to push the team into the right direction soon enough. But one has to wonder, is old Baldy over here the right guy to do it? Ten Hag, I'm sorry, but today I am taking over. First of all, though, let's start with the positives. We have to talk about Kobbie Mainoo and how impressive this young lad has been for Manchester United. Only at the age of 18, he has proven with his incredible performances that he's good enough to be called up in the England national team, and now people are asking for him to play alongside Jude Bellingham and Phil Foden in the Euros. Sorry, no, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice in the Euros in the England team, in the starting 11. That is the level of excitement people have for this kid, and I have to say, I agree with them. I think Kobbie Mainoo is possibly a generational talent once again coming from the Manchester United side. Huge props to Manchester United's academy to bringing him through. I don't know if he played there all his life. You guys can surely let me know in the comments down below. But then we also have Garnacho, who wants to be Cristiano Ronaldo so bad that he's doing all of his celebrations. He's basically going through the entire catalog at this point. But Garnacho, hey, you gotta give props where it's due as well. This kid is doing great things for this club, and I truly believe that Rasmus Højlund is a quality striker that would score a lot more goals if he had just a little bit better service, and the team could focus more on not conceding, actually scoring goals, than not conceding. Let me put it that way, because Onana, yes, this man has made tons of mistakes, but at the same time, he is probably the goalkeeper that is facing the most shots in the Premier League at the moment. And in games where he does not concede, he looks like a god, because he makes like 10 saves in that game alone and then also gets the clean sheet. So it makes up for some of the bad performances he has had. I think he deserves time. I think he really, really does. He needs to people need to be a little bit more patient with him. And I also have to admit, Harry Maguire, buddy, you have not been terrible. Like, he hasn't been as bad as some people made it out to be, including myself. I didn't think Harry Maguire still had it in him, but he has proven time and time again that when they need him, when the entire back line is consistently injured with Varane out, Luke Shaw out, Martinez out specifically, he has stepped up and shown great performances. So hats off for that, buddy. I really respect that a lot. But then we are looking at the rest of the team, and I can see a couple of issues. I can see a few things that this team can tweak in the future to make sure they can get the best out of this squad. And trust me, Kobbie Mainoo ain't going nowhere. He is going to be a main part of this journey. He is going to be a legend. So my first move, instead of getting rid of players like Harry Maguire usually, is to get rid of Anthony Martial. I do not see a future for this man at the club. And at the same time, Malacia, even though he's a player that I personally really loved at Feyenoord, that I thought would do a decent job at Manchester United, currently there's some sort of like conspiracy going on about this dude, that he might be involved in what Quincy Promes has done. Quincy Promes has been sentenced to prison due to it, and a lot of people don't know what the hell is going on. Is he injured? Is it because of that thing that he isn't getting any play time? If you guys have any more information, please let me know in the comments down below. But for me, one thing we need to look out for is the left wing position. Currently, that position is being held by Marcus Rashford. And man, the amount of stuff that comes up about this guy in the news consistently, pundits talking about him all the time, it just can't be good for him or the club, in my opinion. Marcus Rashford, I'm going to give you a season at the club, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, he's going to leave us, and we will possibly be turning to the likes of course, Jadon Sancho. Because if a new coach was to come in, and he can get something out of him the way that Dortmund is currently capable of doing so as well, maybe Jadon Sancho's career could once again be saved. The best decision for the future of Manchester United could be to bring in a player that they're already linked to heavily. Jared Branthwaite from Everton has been one of the most interesting players to watch this season. Everton, by the way, have once again been deducted points. What do you guys think of it? Can they survive despite all these point deductions this season? But Branthwaite is the one Manchester United fans seemingly want to see come into their team big time. They do already have the likes of Martinez here who could play there, but man, injuries have really hurt this team. So for me, he is a backup player to come into this team that ideally at some point takes over from one of the center backs in his team. And you know what? He could even play as a right-sided center back because his weak foot is actually impressive. Or at some point, this Manchester United side could swap formations and play 3 at the back. That's a thing that we could do too and change the entire style of this team. But for now, initially, I wanted to bring in Branthwaite and strengthen the depth of this squad and build the way that Arsenal did, because Arsenal have such an incredible defense this season, and it showcases that defense allows players like Saka and others to flourish. And that's what we want to build here at Manchester United too. You already have the potential up top and in midfield to dominate games, to get things done, but you need to supply it with really good defensive work. And for that, this whole taking 15 shots a game thing has to end. Well, I thought this team lacks another top striker, and that man walking through is Serhou Guirassy, who has been on fire for Stuttgart this season up until his injury. Then he comes back and starts scoring goals for fun again. Serhou Guirassy is now joining us as a more experienced and older striker to add to what Højlund already has, but maybe just help him be even better. This doesn't mean Højlund isn't my striker for the future, by the way. Not at all. But for now, I'm going to put Guirassy up top, right? Just for this season. In real life, I wouldn't do this. In real life, I would still keep Højlund as the main striker, but I want to have some competition in there. I think it's very important for a striker to know that they can be doubted at any point and be pushed down to the bench. And I feel like at Manchester United, that really isn't there at the moment. There is no backup striker that can really challenge him. So for now, Guirassy takes over that striking position, a man whose release clause is supposedly extremely low, and he can go basically anywhere after the end of the season at Stuttgart. 27 years old, 6'2" tall from Guinea. He comes in at striker, and Højlund will learn a few things from him and become an even more important player for us in seasons to come. But that is probably how I will set up initially. Not too many changes in the first season. Let's see how this team plays, and the next season we make even bigger decisions. And here is the result after season 1 with Manchester United immediately climbing up into the Champions League spots, but the city remains light blue. 106 points on Manchester City. They are winning the Premier League title as we are miles away from ever reaching anything like that. I mean, 106 points. They didn't lose a game, only 4 draws, 34 wins on Manchester City. That is unbelievable. But this is the team that we have right now. Garnacho I turned into a right wing in preparation for Sancho's return. Højlund has gone up to an 81. Guirassy, for one season, it seems like he was good enough. But it seems like he picked up an injury and he didn't grow as much as I thought he would. I was thinking maybe at least at +1, but that didn't happen. Højlund has now taken over with Guirassy becoming a backup striker, which I appreciate. Bruno on an 88, Casemiro 87, Kobbie Mainoo on a 74, Luke Shaw 83 rated, but I will cut ties with players that get constantly injured. So that's something that I want to tell you in this Manchester United rebuild. To actually be able to create a new team, I'm going to get rid of a lot of players, and Luke Shaw is on that list. And Martinez, as much as I think he's amazing, he is too injury prone, way too injury prone for me to be able to rely on him for a lengthy period. And with a heavy heart, I will actually let him go. In real life, that probably would never happen, let's be honest. You would hope that his injuries would just stop happening. But for the sake of argument, in this video specifically, even though in real life I wouldn't do this, I'm actually gonna go ahead and get rid of Martinez, gonna get rid of Luke Shaw. We will also let go of players like Varane and such, so be prepared for that, as Branthwaite will take over alongside a new centre-back next season and a new left-back. Actually, the new left back is going to be Dalot. We're going to bring in a new right back and then a new left wing for this Manchester United squad. All of that will happen, but that left wing will be our very own Jadon Sancho, 83 rated as he comes back from Dortmund potentially. We'll see that later on. 25 goals and 7 assists on Garnacho. He is the man that we rely on right now. Bruno coming up with 19 and 9. Højlund with 10 goals in 24 games. That is pretty impressive. Marcus Rashford with 9 and 2. And then McNeil has more goals than Guirassy. What? Okay. I guess that's how it goes. That means Guirassy definitely becomes a backup striker as Højlund takes over now for sure. In the world of fullbacks, there aren't that many that seemingly have a release clause that people would like to trigger that see value in it. And Jeremy Frimpong is clearly one of those players that multiple clubs around European football are looking into, that want to bring in a new right back into their team. And Frimpong is also a player that will allow a team like Manchester United to possibly switch to a 3 at the back formation too, because he has been amazing in that right wing back, right midfield position for the likes of course, Leverkusen. So for us, he comes in as our right back at first. Incredible amounts of pace, unbelievable dribbling on the guy, decent enough defending, obviously not the best at it, but still good enough at that. And he's a great option to strengthen this team as the first signing this season. Now, going away from that, let's dive into the transfer hub and let me show you guys what has happened here. In the transfer hub, you can see Casemiro has left. He requested a transfer and he has gone to freaking Liverpool. Marcus Rashford has requested a has not requested a transfer, sorry. He was sold because I wanted it to happen. 50 million he has gone. And with that, this whole talk about Marcus Rashford constantly in the press can end. He is gone. Eriksen has left. Luke Shaw has left because he actually requested a transfer as well. Mason Mount did the exact same. A lot of players have left that requested a transfer, but Martinez is the biggest one that I have let go for 71 million. So right now, we still have 440 million to spend. And as you could probably tell, Jadon Sancho has returned into the team as a left wing. And in comes the new leader at the back, a man that has already been linked to Manchester United. Juventus's Brazilian centre-back Bremer is joining us right now. And with that, we have the perfect partner for a player like Branthwaite. He will take over in this defense right now as a right-footed player. Branthwaite goes over to the left. And with that, look at this defense. Onana, Frimpong, Bremer, Branthwaite, Dalot. And Dalot specifically because he has actually been such a good player for United. And I just want to give him the shout out for it. He deserves to stick around in this team. A player that still has a lot of room to grow. Only 25 years old, a year into our career over here. And yeah, that pairing at the back, honestly, it excites me. That would be an unreal pairing. In the summer of 22, there was a young player, a defensive player at Olympique Marseille, who, in my opinion, was the perfect solution for Manchester United's worries. Boubacar Kamara, who then joined Aston Villa on a free. And then the Premier League saw what kind of defensive beast he could be. Now, at the moment, he is injured. I believe he is carrying a long-term knock. But for me, he is going to be the perfect partner to someone like Kobe Mainoo in our team. Kamara comes in with the ability to play in the centre-back position, which he has done for Marseille, with the ability to drop in between centre-backs during build-up as well. He is such a good defensive player. In my opinion, still one of the best out there to do it. That is just my personal opinion on this guy. I'm not saying he, in fact, is on paper the best, but still a young player that still has so much more room to grow, and hopefully comes back from his injury soon enough, because he was a great player for Aston Villa too. So Kamara is now here. He comes in as an 84 rated player, 24 years old, 6 foot tall, and that man can definitely help out that defense to stop conceding as many goals and allow players like Kobe Mainoo and Bruno Fernandes to focus on their offensive duties a little bit more. May 2025, this season is over, and in the Champions League, we got kicked out by Real Madrid in the quarterfinals after initially getting past the likes of Lazio. Okay, what is the level we're playing at right now? Oh, okay, a step back. 69 points on Manchester United, not making it into the top 4 this time around. And Manchester City dropped to 4th after that insane season last time. Chelsea wins the title. It is complete chaos in the Premier League right now. But the team, lads, the front 3 is looking incredible right now. With Bruno behind them, Kobe getting close to that 80 rating, Kamara on an 85, Branthwaite a bit unhappy about his playtime. I assume Maguire has been an issue here. But Dalot, Bremer, Frimpong and Onana look very solid, and so does the bench. There are a couple of players that I still want to get rid of, like Greenwood and stuff. But stats-wise, we're looking at Bruno, Højlund, Garnacho and Sancho at the top of the list as expected. Guirassy has done well off the bench, and Dalot has done incredibly well in terms of assists and goals for a left back. So congratulations to him. Next season, a couple of changes will be made so that mostly the important players get that play time. And yes, Branthwaite, don't you worry. Harry Maguire, now 32. Next season, his time will be done, and so it will be the same with other players within this team as well, and we will be making our way back into Champions League football, I promise. PSG have brought forward an exciting talent that I have now officially signed. Lucas Beraldo is going to be becoming the backup centre-back in this Manchester United squad, and I think squad depth is going to be definitely something that this United team has to work on, because it is probably one of the main factors as to why they aren't able to compete as well as the other teams we have mentioned a couple of times throughout this video. Now, for me, he comes in as the best centre-back option for their squad. He can take over the position of Branthwaite whenever it's needed. He has already somewhat become a starter for PSG, which is already very, very impressive. But obviously, it will not hurt you to become a decent player at Manchester United as well. Beraldo, welcome into our side. And as I showcase you that signing, you might have seen that a couple of players have already grown. Some players are looking better because we are already a couple of weeks into this season. And you can also tell that Van de Beek has left for 15.3 million. Anthony has left for 52.4. Harry Maguire for 18. Mason Greenwood for 34.7. And Pelistri for 8 million, leaving us with a massive budget once again, this time over 500 million. But instead of just going overboard and spending it all, I want to be smart with the way we built this up. So at first, I will continue to focus on creating a very solid base for what is already a very strong team, and keep improving the bench. Amad Diallo was sent into a deal right here with Juventus because I wanted Matthias Sule to join us and play alongside Garnacho in this team. Matthias Sule comes in and he comes in with an 80 rating, left-footed, 4-star, 4-star, has proven his worth away from Juventus on loan in the Serie A, and now gets deservedly a big move into our team. Look, we already have a Portuguese maestro in our midfield with Bruno Fernandes, but it is time for the future. Bruno, there is one man that wants to take over your position, not only at Manchester United, but possibly in the national team as well, and he's already been linked to United multiple times. João Neves is joining us right now from Benfica. Now, I have watched this kid multiple times already. I can tell you, he is the real deal. He is an unbelievable talent. But if he was to join the Premier League, I think there's still plenty of time that will take for him to adjust to a level like this in terms of physicality. So, and also the pace of the game. But João Neves is one that I wanted in this team. Imagine Menu and Neves in the same midfield at one point. But he comes in now as an 80 rated center midfielder, as the perfect backup and understudy to someone like Bruno Fernandes. Maybe Bruno can actually teach him how to take corners, free kicks, and all that stuff to improve his set-piece game as well. And for that reason, I'm very happy to welcome him into our squad, strengthening our depth even more now. Not just ruining Liverpool's title hopes in real life, we are doing it right here as well. United kicking Liverpool out in the Europa League in the semi-finals, and then beating Victoria Pilsen, who respectfully made it to the final. They are getting crushed 4-2 in that final. And on top of it, my friends, in the Premier League with 92 points, Manchester United back to where they belong, above the blue part of the city. Manchester City on 83 points with a 9-point gap this season. We have proven that we have truly created an incredible squad, and this team right now is genuinely becoming world class. We are slowly approaching that level. Only Kobbie Mainoo lacking the strength of the rest of the team, but that will come with time. And I feel like we have made some great signings for the bench as well. And I want to see how many goals has Højlund scored. He has 29, but Bruno has 49 goal contributions in 56 games. As much as I absolutely hate his whiny crybaby attitude, yes, I just have to put it out there, he still is a great player. And I just wish he could leave that part of the game out. It's so annoying to watch. Every time I see him play, he's constantly moaning and crying to the referee. Bro, you're such a good football player. Just get on with your game. Anyways, Garnacho coming in with 17 and 7. Jadon Sancho 16 and 7. Truly resurrecting his career here at Manchester United. If Jadon Sancho can get his athleticism back and have fun playing football again, that man is a dangerous, dangerous player. So this season has gone exceptionally well. Next season, we're back in the Champions League. Funnily enough, in the Champions League quarterfinals, it's us against Liverpool, and it is a 5-3 result. After that, we beat Manchester City. Atletico Madrid gets smacked 8-2 to put Manchester United back to where they belong. And that is a Champions League final against AC Milan, who I've been playing against quite often lately. But that excites me. Now, our team now has Kobbie Mainoo on an 87 rating. He has truly become world class, and our defense surely is world class. Look at that. That is ridiculous. This team should genuinely be a ton of fun to play with. We have two wingers on the wings who have 5-star on them, who can get past anyone. We have Højlund up top, who probably can finish any chance. Bruno, who can find any pass into those attacking three players. Kamara and Mainoo holding it down. And then defensively, we should not let anyone past us with this side, and a solid bench on top of it. This Manchester United side has been rebuilt properly. I wonder which coach it is going to be. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you think Erik ten Hag is still the right coach for Manchester United going into the next season? Or do you believe he will be fired so that someone else can take his place? Now, AC Milan is our opponent in the Champions League, but in the Prem, he came 6th. Okay, yeah, that has been a mad experience in the Prem. Going up and down just makes no sense, but I'll take it. I guess the team has focused too much on European play, and talking about them focusing, who has gotten the most contributions? Højlund, 30 goals and 3 assists. Bruno, 23 and 8. Garnacho and Sancho getting pretty similar numbers. Actually, no, Garnacho far ahead, actually, with that. But then we have Sule coming in with some help. McTominay, our centre-back, our left-back, our right-back, everyone taking part in the build-up and goal-scoring for our team. And now it is time for United to prove themselves on the biggest stage once again against AC Milan this time. Rafa Leao, Okafor, Chukwu, Reinders, De Jong, Benacer, Theo, Medina, Tomori, Pedro Porro, Magnon. I love the fact that they still have so many originals around. This is still going to be incredibly tough because Rafa Leao always causes me trouble. United fans, let me know what you think about the team that we have created so far. And as you can tell, in the past couple of days, I didn't post a video after the last one because, man, I could not get out of bed. I was feeling horrible. I think I spent 17 hours of the day sleeping. That's probably what I did, but now, as you can tell, I'm feeling much better. So thank you for everyone that's wished me well. You guys are legends. Garnacho instantly running down the right. Højlund in the middle. He's known for those darting runs. Garnacho against one. At the far post, he can find someone. It's going to be Kamara shooting and scoring. That is not something that he knows best. He knows how to defend. This is not what Kamara does, but today, in the biggest moment of his career, it becomes something that he makes look so easy. Boubacar Kamara. United should have gotten him on a free back in the day, and now he joins and shows his worth. Chukwu against Dalot. The pace is outstanding, but the goalkeeping is too. Frimpong down the right. This man possesses some of the most pace you'll see on a football pitch. Into Højlund. Lobs the keeper. Oh, wow. He makes that look incredibly easy. Rasmus Højlund makes it 2-0 for Manchester United. But United lately, as you guys know, have been known for giving away an easy lead. So let's make sure that doesn't happen right here. I believe it happened against Chelsea last time around. That is a world-class finish by Højlund. That's why we kept him. That's why we built him up to what he has now become. Magnon stands no chance. Dalot, cross whipped in. There's another big man at the back just waiting. It is Bruno hitting the post. You gotta learn from Kamara, see? Oh, no, maybe not. No way, he played that through my legs. Despite building an incredible defense, moments like those can appear. And Okafor scores as Chukwueze creates something out of nothing down that right-hand side for AC Milan. At the beginning of the second half, that is one crucial moment for sure. Nice, Frimpong. Ah, Bruno. How can you pass it straight into them? Oh, no. Now Leao has options. He has gone for none of them. But, I want to know how that just happened. Oh, Branthwaite, buddy. On both goals, he has been made to look bad. Despite his great performances for this team so far, Branthwaite letting us down a little bit here in the biggest moment of his career. Branthwaite and the boys. Again, no one attacking Rafa Leao. It's 3-2. Oh my god, this is Chelsea all over again. Did I even improve this team? What the hell is happening? Yes, Tomori loses it. Garnacho. Højlund. Højlund can't play that pass, can he? Frimpong. Garnacho. Oh, what a ball. Højlund to save United. 85 minutes in. Oh boy, I was stressing. But now it's a level playing field again. Everything starts from scratch as we make the comeback happen. Thanks to a beautiful assist from Garnacho, puts it through. And Højlund had to score that, and he did. Garnacho again. Frimpong in support. 90th minute. Let's make this happen. Oh, wow. I didn't even want to play that pass, but I got it through. Garnacho, Bruno, onto his left. A little bit of space. Manuel, you're kidding. Extra time it is. Dalot. Nice turn, Dalot. Well done. Let's keep this moving forward. Let's send Sancho and the lads on a run. There we go. Beautifully played. Jadon Sancho, this is your moment. Take it. You're kidding. You are kidding, Jadon. I brought you back for a reason. I trusted you. Last minute of the game. Oh, we're going into penalties. I do hate penalties, though. You know it. Oh, no. I was right there. I should have just stood still. That is such an easy penalty. Come on, Bruno. Solid as ever from Bruno Fernandes. Lovely. Benacer, he's very good with it. Bottom right. Onana. Yes, Onana. You can become a hero. Jadon Sancho. Oh, my God, Manuel. What are you doing? Lads, it's 2-1. Porro goes down the center again. They are playing me for a fool here. Højlund blasted in. Of course, he saves it. The one where I'm most confident. He makes the freaking save. They score. Lads, if I lose this, I'm going to lose my mind. Boubacar Kamara. Down the center. Whew. That is something I didn't think I would do. Rafa Leao against Onana. Rafa goes to the right again. Johnny, you missed this, right? You will miss this. You know it. I know it. No. You're not missing this. Come on. Van Dijk. Van Dijk, bottom right. Come on. No way he chips me. Van Dijk goes for the Panenka. Are you kidding? Kobbie Mainoo, the hero of United. All good. This final is nuts. Chukwu. Yeah, of course he goes to the left. Everyone goes to the right. He goes to the left. This is Dalot. Please. Down the center. Bro, it's so risky doing this. Someone needs to make a save now. Onana makes that save. Yes. And now the moment for the centre-back. The Tower of United. Bremer to win it all. Let's go. It is done. He has come from the Serie A to ruin another Serie A team in a Champions League final. Oh my God, bro. That was exhausting. Bruno, you are still the captain of this side and you get to lift that trophy, buddy. Congratulations, Manchester United. Onana saved you in the end. Guys, this was a joy to record. Even as a Liverpool fan, I really had a decent time here. United have a lot of prospects that I think could become world-class players. Kobbie Mainoo in the first position for me in those terms. Guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. Have a great day. Take care and peace.